How's it going, bros? My name is PewDiePie, and today we're doing a UFC 322 recap. Islam Makachev just got done raping the shit out of Jack Della Maddalena, and we're about to go over all of the fights. This is my homeboy Ben. I'm Gator, and that was fucking depressing. All right, starting off with the main event. Should we start with the main event, or should we start from the bottom?
Well, let's start from the bottom.
All right, starting from the bottom. We've got, neither of us watched this fucking fight. We've got Mateus Camilo versus Diaslav Borashev. Mateus Camilo won. Who gives a fuck? Moving on. Anything you want to add?
No.
All right, moving on. We've got Tum Sahur Susibaka versus Eric Makachev. Tum Sahur got a nice knockout. We saw the very end of this fight. That's all we saw. Anything you want to add?
Good knockout, I guess.
Yeah, right. Moving on. We've got Angela Hill versus Fatima Klein. I'm pretty sure I was in the bathroom for most of this fight.
For most of the fight, he was. So, there really wasn't much of a doubt that Klein was going to pull this one out. I mean, just utter domination from start to finish. There was a portion of the second round that I thought Hill was looking like she could mount some sort of comeback. It never happened. I mean, at the end of the day, it didn't really matter. Klein won 3 of the rounds that they, 3 rounds that they fought. It was what it was.
I have nothing to add to that. Moving on. We're just fucking blowing through these.
Dude.
We don't have, we don't want to waste your time. We don't need to add any bullshit. Whatever. All right, this is the first fight that I have something meaningful to say about.
All right, go ahead.
If you want to say something first, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Just not my favorite fight of the night. I'll say
this
that.
fight sucked.
Yeah, no, it was not good.
Yeah, no,
That's all I have to say. That's the most intelligent thing I can say.
So Pat Sabatini wrestle-fucked Chepe Mariscal for 3 straight rounds. Chepe wasn't able to do anything on the feet. He wasn't really able to get on to his feet. Pat Sabatini did a really good job of splaying the legs. That was the main thing that
I agree.
He kept splaying and doing hip tosses from there. And so, good job to Pat Sabatini. He's not actually the guy who groomed Rose Namajunas, so shout out to you for not doing that. Chepe Mariscal, I was really hyped on him. I thought he was a really interesting and really fun prospect. All of his hype is gone. I have no idea what to do with him now. It's kind of Jover.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, shout out Pat Sabatini. Very boring, but very dominant performance. Easily, 10-9, all 3 rounds. Very dominant performance, won by a decision. Moving on, up the card, we've got Kyle Dawkins versus GM3. This was probably the first actual fun fight.
This was the one that I was like, okay, we're actually gonna watch a UFC event. Interesting stuff is gonna happen. I mean, right out of the gate. I mean, just boom.
Yeah, it was only 50 seconds.
Yeah.
He dropped Gerald with, I want to say, was it a hook or was it an overhand?
I would call it an overhand, but I mean, I don't know enough about the strikes to really know the difference.
No. But yeah, no. Kyle Dawkins drops Gerald Mearshart, has one follow-up shot. Gerald Mearshart flattens out on the ground. It's
nothing.
over.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, Kyle Dawkins, I was really impressed by that. He's now knocked out Michelle Pereira and Gerald Mearshart in back-to-back fights. He went from being kind of a jobber to taking some time away from the UFC, coming back, and now he's on a fucking tear. Honestly, give him someone ranked. Kyle Dawkins has been starching dudes that have been legit over the last couple of years. So either GM3 and Michelle Pereira suck, or Kyle Dawkins is really, really legit. So I don't know, give him someone like Roman Kopylov or someone towards the bottom of the rankings. Anything else you want to? All right. Moving on up the card, we've got Malcolm Wallmaker. This was fight of the night.
That was the best fight.
Fight of the night.
I mean, so I was covering the stream while Gator was away from the camera, and someone asked me, you know, who do I think had this fight? I picked Malcolm Wallmaker because I was like, you know, he's 10-0, you know, Southern boy from Georgia.
Good old boy.
I cannot pick against, you know, someone else from the South that hasn't lost a fight.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, just Ethan Ewing just came out of the box and was just throwing.
Yeah. He had gnarly combos. So Malcolm Wallmaker, he had a lot of pop and a lot of sting on his punches, and he would throw 1 or 2 punches at a time. And those looked really nasty, but almost every single time, Ewing would come back with some sort of just flurry, and he did way more on the numbers, and overall, it added up so much more that it was clear that he did much more damage to Wellmaker.
Yeah.
Like, Wellmaker was busted up above the eye.
Yeah.
I want to say he was really bruised on, was it the cheek? Or?
Yeah. That was the fight that I asked you about, like, what that thing was they put on his face.
Yeah.
Because his face was so swollen, they were grabbing, I mean, metal hockey pucks out of a freezer to put on his face, you know. That, I mean, it was not looking good for Wellmaker at any point.
But I will say, Wellmaker made it very competitive. It was extremely close. I thought round 1 went to Wellmaker, and if it wasn't for like the last minute and a half or 2 minutes of round 3, I thought Wellmaker won the fight. But it was extremely close, extremely competitive. The fact that it was on 48 hours notice, I really don't fault Wellmaker that much for that. He still looked really solid in there, but Ewing just looked better, and it was a really impressive performance. Yeah. And Dana, give this man a contract.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Moving on, we've got Aaron Blanchfield versus my fucking mommy, bro.
Mommy Tracy Cortez. How about this fight?
Tracy Cortez looked really solid round 1. She was doing really good for the first half of round 2. And then Aaron Blanchfield gets the takedown. Yep. And I don't even remember what the sub was. What submission was it?
I couldn't tell you the name, even if, like...
What kind of sub was it? Oh my god, I don't remember. All these fights are blending together. The end of the card really killed the momentum.
Yeah, no, it was...
How great this card was.
It was actually quite good. I agree, 100%.
But the last 2 fights just sucked so much that it made everything else so forgettable. Can also,
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. So, Aaron Blanchfield versus Tracy Cortez. I don't remember what kind of choke it was, but Tracy Cortez was up. She was winning until she wasn't. And then Aaron Blanchfield gets the takedown. She gets the sub fairly easily. That's the end of that. I don't have much more to say. What kind of choke was it? Looking it up right now. Oh yeah, it was a really weird one. It was a really quick rear naked where she kind of like flipped Tracy over and like extended her back out while she was underneath the chin.
Yeah.
So okay.
Managed to get the chin there and then just flip her hips over.
Yeah.
Put Tracy on her back. Yeah, that was the end of the fight.
Yeah. So shout out Aaron Blanchfield. She, she beat my mommy. Tracy Cortez hit my line. Moving on. Anything else you need to say about that? All right. Well, oh yeah, we've got Obama.
Oh man. So, again, this was a beginning of a fight that I was asked my opinion on. I not knowing anything about these guys, I picked the guy that looked the most like me. Especially if you guys saw my middle school yearbook photo. Roman Kopylov is my doppelganger as a 12-year-old.
Yeah, just more flagged than a nose.
Just he's been in a few fist fights by the age of 12, so
yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, no difference. The exact same.
utter domination from Obama.
I mean, Obama just out of the gate. I mean,
What's his last name, by the way?
Obama.
What's Obama's last name?
Obama.
No, what's his last name?
Rodriguez.
Oh yeah, it's Rodriguez.
Yes!
Right there. Okay, my bad. Obama Rodriguez gets it done. Very dominant decision. Just puts the fucking paws on Roman Kopylov. Kopylov didn't throw anything the entire fight, it felt like. Obama threw a bunch of takedowns, didn't get a single one, but he definitively and very clearly won every single round.
The only round that was close was the first round.
Yeah.
And even then, like, I think we both agreed that round went to Rodriguez.
Yeah. So Obama gets it done. Honestly, I want to see Obama get a ranked fight. I'm a big fan of my fellow Americans. I am a big fan of Obama Rodriguez. And you must be too, because he bombed a big Predator missile overhead onto Roman Kopylov. And it was quite the shot. Hi. Anything else?
No.
Bot Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira.
That was a fight.
Yeah, this is actually a much more interesting fight than I thought it was going to be. Nope, not. Hold on. Bot Nickel versus Rodolfo Vieira. Bot Nipple versus Rodolfo Vieira.
So, I didn't know either one of these guys going into this fight. Mm-hmm. All I heard was, boy, it's just alcohol.
Boy, it's just alcohol.
Boy, we're like a little kid.
You ain't like a little kid. Boy, it's just alcohol.
And from that point, in my heart of hearts, I knew Bot Nipple had to take this one home.
Yeah, and he did. He absolutely dominated. What was it? First round, did he drop Vieira or did he take him down?
I don't know if it's...
No, he didn't drop him in the first one.
Okay.
He dropped him he dropped him later in the fight.
Yeah.
But he was putting the paws on Vieira. Vieira didn't throw anything the first round.
Yeah.
Nipple takes him down. Gets some good shots off. It was by far the most dominant and best performance from Bot Nipple. I thought he was going to have a very pedestrian performance. But this turned out to be the best he's looked in the UFC octagon. I mean, I'm not very high on Rodolfo Vieira, but Bot Nipple did exactly what he needed to.
Yeah.
He did exactly what he needed to. Showed no, well, maybe Vieira could. Nah. The entire fight, I was like, no. This is an absolute domination. And he ended up getting a crazy... did he drop him? Yeah, no. He dropped him with a hook, and then Vieira...
Came in with the follow-up.
Yeah.
He folded and came in with the follow-up.
Yeah. So Vieira, I want to say, gets almost on his, hands and knees, and then Nickel had a follow-up and just completely flattened him out.
It was like a lawn chair.
It was a great knockout. Yeah. Probably one of the best performances of the night, and by far the best performance of his career.
I mean, bar is alcohol.
Bar is alcohol. Moving on. We've got... shit, this is when you lost to the fucking French terrorist.
This was my worst moment of the night.
Yeah. This was bad, dude. This one was bad.
I mean... I genuinely, I thought, knowing, the very little I knew about either of these guys, I didn't expect, any fight on this card tonight to end in 16 seconds.
Right?
I mean, just Signini out of the gate, just throwing hands, drops me in 16 seconds. I mean, obviously, that speaks for itself. I'm just not even a fight. I mean, just not even up for consideration. Just, 16 seconds, knockout,
He dropped him with what? I think it was a straight.
Like, I think a straight is the right term, because like the strike came to me like this, so I don't know if you'd consider that. I mean, regardless of how it actually landed,
Oh yeah, it was the knee. So it was kind of a
catch
looping
it at
shot.
all.
It was kind of a
he
looping
didn't catch
shot.
it at all. Night. That I mean, out of everyone that hit the mat in this card, he hit it the hardest. I mean, just like an anvil, dude. Just not awake at all.
No. There's one fight after this one. There's one right after this one.
We'll talk about that one.
That one was
one was good.
Crazier.
So I'm wrong, but I'll say this.
No, it was an uppercut. That's what it was. He was throwing a bunch of uppercuts in the clinch, and then Beneil dropped, and he throws. I think it was a hammer fist.
Yeah. You're exactly right.
I think that's what it was. I think he's throwing a bunch of uppercuts in the clinch, hits Beneil straight on the chin. Beneil. And
let's get to the one where he hit him with the crazy kind of overhand.
I think the overhand was actually bow nickel. Actually, because there's no. Yeah. Hold on,
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, getting ahead of ourselves.
All right.
Yeah, but Benoit Saint Denis, Predator missile strike straight onto 22 Libyans, killed Beneil Derriers. Moving on.
Crazy strike.
Moving on. CP.
That was some of the best CP I've ever watched.
Yeah, a CP masterclass. Absolutely dominated the British. The British stand no chance against CP, especially not Leon Edwards.
Call them Prince Andrew. They really got that CP.
Yeah, right. So Leon, I think Leon won round one, but it wasn't like a super dominant round one. It was just kind of like
very impressive.
No, because he got the body triangle, and then Carlos got up on the feet.
And they just stood there. They just stood there against the cage.
Yeah, they just stood there against the cage, not doing anything. And that was like 3 minutes of round one.
Yeah. So to everyone, I'm not a big fight watcher. So to me, it just felt very impressive because he was like draped all over CP against the cage. But
yeah, Leon Edwards was covering CP.
But nothing really like they would someone would throw a hand. Okay.
Yeah, it was a whole bunch of nothing. And then round two starts. Leon Edwards is immediately way more tired. Carlos Prates is hunting him down. Gets him up against the cage. Leon Edwards manages to get away. And then boom, straight right on the chin. Puts Leon Edwards out cold. Boom, headshot, dead. Absolute CP masterclass. Carlos Prates is legit. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset if he had a rematch with Ian Gary. I think he would fucking murder Ian Gary. Ian Cucciato Ferry, he would murder him in a rematch. CP's legit. He is by far the best fighting nerd.
No comments. Great notes.
Moving on. We've got
Miles Morales.
Yep. Miles Morales versus Tom Brady. Miles Morales knocked out Tom Brady with the exaggerated swagger of a black teen. And this is the big bombing overhand that we were thinking of the entire fucking video.
Yeah.
We're not going to re-record. We're not going to edit because fuck that. We've got to get this out on a time crunch.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miles Morales absolutely decimated Tom Brady. Tom Brady doesn't have a chin.
No.
I thought Tom Brady was the legit number one contender. He was the best guy in the division, and Miles Morales starched him in under 4 minutes. Absolute domination of a performance. Sean Brady was on the back foot the entire time. Didn't land anything meaningful. Wasn't able to get a takedown. I mean, what a performance.
Yeah, no notes, no comments. Completely agree.
Yeah. Shout out to Miles Morales. Spider-Man is the real number
Very
one
swaggy.
contender. Yeah, the true exaggerated swagger of a black team. Moving on. Now, the legit 2 worst fights of the card.
That was really rough to watch. Genuinely, I wanted it to be over by the 3rd round. Like treating it like an NBA series, you know, from the 90s, you know, like one of the first 2 rounds, you know, this was genuinely the technical aspects of the fight were not bad, but Valentina Shevchenko was just on Zhang Weili like a blanket. There was nothing to it.
Yeah, I mean,
just essentially 5 rounds of Zhang Weili on her back, trying to get strikes in on Shevchenko, and just it did not matter. I genuinely wanted her to like gain control and get a tap out, because that honestly might have been the best outcome. It was that bad.
Valentina Shevchenko was on Zhang Weili like white on rice, and I mean that in both ways.
Yeah. That's
that was I mean, Zhang, you know, all my homies fuck with Zhang Weili, but she's not big enough, she's not strong enough. She absolutely needs to move back down to her division and start dominating a whole bunch of 115 bitches again. Valentina Shevchenko, I was not impressed with her at all.
No.
She was just
bigger, stronger. I mean, all she had to do was lay on top of Zhang Weili, and like that won her the fight.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything technical. It was just her, you know, being a professional fighter and understanding how to utilize her weight.
Yeah. And
that was it.
Yeah, while we were like watching it live, both of us were talking about like wet blanketing our younger siblings, like how exactly like Valentina Shevchenko was doing. She was basically just shitting. She was basically just sitting on Zhang Weili, and
waiting for the time to expire.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's nothing.
And you know, at the end of the 2nd round, we were both in agreement. The only way that Zhang Weili was going to emerge with a W from this fight was staying on her feet and knocking Shevchenko out. And she closed the distance too quickly.
Yeah.
Just too big.
Yeah, too big, too strong. Like her takedowns were very technically sound.
Very good. Like solid, but like I was not impressed with her as a fighter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to meet her in a dark alley, but in an octagon against another professional fighter, not impressed exactly.
Yeah. And speaking of not impressed, moving on to the worst fight of the night.
Just god awful.
Jack Della Maddalena got completely bitched. Going into the 5th round, his demeanor was the most defeated I've ever seen in a fighter. He looked like he was fucking crying the entire time. I've never seen a more fucking pathetic, a more fucking bitch-made, just a more unacceptable performance from the champion. This was embarrassing. I'm not impressed with Islam. Islam had a very solid fight. I can't even say I'm impressed in the slightest, because Jack was just so much of a bitch the entire fight.
I 100% agree. I mean, granted, the only, you know, I knew Islam going into the fight. I was not familiar with JD. That was easily, out of the UFC fights I've seen, or UFC cards I've seen, that was the worst title defense I have ever seen. What an utter embarrassment. I mean, just domination from start to end.
Did you watch the Dricus versus Hamza fight?
Yeah, I did.
This was more embarrassing than that fight.
This was somehow worse.
Yeah. Even though Hamza wet blanketed Dricus longer, and Dricus, it was clear that there was such a bigger skill gap, Dricus never gave up. JDM was bitched.
He was done by the end of the fourth.
He was done before that. I don't know at what point he was,
Yeah.
but you could see on his face. He was sitting there fucking pouting and sulking on the stool.
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yes.
I'm legitimately pissed off at how fucking pathetic of a performance that was.
And just like, I mean, looking at the numbers here on the screen, I mean,
140 total strikes to
Exactly.
30.
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of times where like people
18
will
minutes.
watch any sport and say, oh, the numbers don't tell the whole story. You can look at this and you understand exactly what that fight was.
I would even say the numbers don't tell the whole story here.
Yeah. No, and you're right. I mean, it was worse than that. It was genuinely worse than that. I mean, I have not seen a more undeserving champion in a very long time. You know, say what you want, you know, we make jokes about Islam, you know, climbing weights so he can stay away from Ilya.
And from the goats that he wants to fuck.
Yeah. But
And the cousins.
there was nothing about this fight that, you know, there was nothing to say that was funny, clever, or anything in between. It was just awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pathetic. It was,
Yeah. We were waiting for, you know, just waiting around for it to be over. It was that bad.
Yeah. In total, let's see. How did I do on my picks? So I went 0-1, 0-2, 0-3, 1-3, 1-4, 2-4, 3-4. Okay. I said in my video, I think Aaron Blanchfield probably wins, but I'm going to still rock with Tracy Cortez. So count it however you want. 3-5. 3-5. All right, we'll say 3-5. Ethan Ewing, 3-6, 3-7, 3-8. Oh my God! Oh, 4-8, 5-8, 5-9. Oh my God!
Not ideal. Not an ideal night.
No, not at all. The anti-Gator, make sure the anti-Gator account starts up, and if you're going to be betting, follow the anti-Gator and bet on those fucking
Yeah.
picks.
Yeah.
Holy moly, bro. All right, well, that was UFC 322 recapped. What a fucking fight night. What would you rate it out of 10?
Excluding the last two fights of the night, 8.7.
With the last two fights, though.
With the last two fights,
I mean, those are the main and co-main. You have to include the main and co-main.
maybe a 5.
Maybe a 5.
Maybe
yeah,
a
dude.
5 if I'm feeling really nice about it.
Yeah, I'm honestly feeling like a 4.5. That
Yeah.
was a weak ass card.
Yeah.
Purely because of how whack the main and co-main were, and just a lot of the random fights in between. The start of the card was really slow. I was really hyped for this card. This card was mid as fuck. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Tap all the links down below. Thank you and good night.